Love books? So do we. Welcome to the Book Nook Cafe, where we uncover the latest must-reads, hidden gems, and everything in between. I'm Greg.
And I'm Anne. We're coming to you straight from the cozy corners of the Book Nook Cafe, where the coffee is hot, the shelves are packed, and great conversations are always brewing.
If it's trending on the New York Times bestseller list, you'll hear about it here. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's turn the page together.
Let's join our guest hosts. Hey everyone, welcome back. The podcast where we get cozy with books that touch our souls and spark those deep, meaningful conversations.
So thrilled to have you all joining us today.
So Dee, can I just say, I picked up a book this week that felt less like reading and more like having a heartfelt chat with a wise old friend.
Oh, you've got me intrigued already.
It's Megan Logan's Self-Love Workbook for Women. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, it's worth bumping to the top of your list.
All right, I'm listening. What makes it stand out?
When I started it, I was expecting the usual self-help cliches, but this one really surprised me. Megan brings such a compassionate and genuine approach to self-love. It feels so personal.
That sounds refreshing. Sometimes these books can feel a bit detached.
Exactly, but this one feels like she's right there with you.
I love that. How does she structure the book?
She breaks it down into sections like self-worth, self-compassion, self-awareness, and self-forgiveness.
Interesting. That makes it feel more manageable.
Absolutely. Each section builds on the last, and she includes journaling prompts, affirmations, and reflection spaces.
So it's interactive?
Very much so. You're not just reading, you're actively engaging.
That's fantastic. I often get more out of books when they involve me directly.
Same here. One thing that really got me was when she asked, "What do you believe makes you worthy of love?"
Whoa, that's a deep question.
I know, right? I was stumped for a good while.
I think, I'd have to sit with that one too.
I realized I kept defaulting to accomplishments or roles I play.
Like being a good friend or your job.
Exactly. But she encourages us to see our worth beyond external factors.
That's powerful. So it's about inherent worth?
Yes, recognizing that we're worthy just because we exist.
So that's a concept I think many of us struggle with.
Definitely. We're so conditioned to tie our worth to what we do.
Right. Letting go of that must feel liberating.
It really is. Did you try any of the exercises?
Not yet, but I'm curious.
You should. I tried listing qualities I love about myself.
How did that go?
Honestly, it was harder than I expected at first.
I can imagine. It's not something we do every day.
Exactly. But once I got into it, I felt really empowering.
That's awesome. I might give it a shot tonight.
You totally should.
How about the self-compassion section? What do you think?
Ooh, that one hit me hard.
Tell me more.
Well, she talks about speaking to ourselves with the same kindness we'd offer a friend. And it made me realize how harsh my inner dialogue can be.
I hear you. We're often our own worst critics.
Exactly. I tried writing a letter to myself from my inner nurturer.
That sounds interesting. How was it?
Bit awkward at first, but then it got emotional.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't expect it to tear up, but it happened.
It's sometimes releasing those emotions is so healing.
Absolutely. It felt like a weight was lifted.
It's amazing.
And the section on self-forgiveness was equally impactful.
I've heard that's a tough one for many people.
It is. She acknowledges how complex forgiveness can be.
Does offer practical steps.
Yes, but she also respects that it's a personal journey.
That's important.
Yes, definitely.
Wait, do you think the workbook is accessible to people without any background in psychology?
I think so. Megan keeps the language inviting and avoids jargon.
It's good to know.
Yeah, she makes it relatable.
Maybe I'm overthinking it, but sometimes these topics can be heavy.
True, but she guides you through gently.
That sounds reassuring.
Did any affirmations stand out to you?
Oh, yes. I give myself permission to show up imperfectly and still be loved.
That's beautiful.
What about you?
I choose to speak to myself with compassion, even when I make mistakes.
I love that.
It really resonated with me.
I can see why.
So who would you recommend this book to?
Honestly, anyone who's ever felt not enough or too much.
Agreed. Even though it's targeted toward women, the concepts are universal.
Absolutely. Self-love doesn't have a gender.
Do you think the title might deter some people?
Maybe, but it's important to acknowledge spaces dedicated to women's experiences.
That's a fair point.
But I hope anyone who feels drawn to it gives it a chance.
Same here.
You know, I was skeptical about some of the forgiveness exercises.
Oh, like which ones?
Writing a letter to someone who hurt you, but not sending it.
Yeah, that can seem a bit abstract.
Exactly. But I tried it and it was surprisingly cathartic.
Sometimes just expressing those feelings helps.
Right? It brought me a sense of closure.
That's wonderful.
I'm glad I kept an open mind.
Me too.
By the way, did you notice how the workbook doesn't pressure you to complete it in a certain way?
I did. It's so flexible.
You can go at your own pace.
It makes it feel more personal.
Absolutely.
Oh, and can we talk about the design?
Yes. The layout is so inviting.
Exactly. The fonts, the spacing, even the little illustrations,
It makes it feel less like homework.
and more like a personal journal. Been doodling and jotting down random thoughts.
Oh, same here. It's becoming a keepsake.
I love that.
Do you think it would work well in a group setting?
Actually, yes, it could spark some meaningful discussions.
Maybe we should host some virtual meetup.
That's a fantastic idea.
Let's make it happen.
Definitely.
Any parts that didn't resonate with you?
Some of the affirmations felt a bit repetitive,
I noticed that too.
but repetition can help reinforce the concepts. Overall, though, I found it valuable. Do you see yourself revisiting it?
So absolutely. I think it's one of those books you return to at different stages.
Same here. Your answers might change over time.
Exactly.
Any final thoughts?
Just that if you're seeking a gentle guide towards self-love, this book is a great start.
Couldn't have said it better.
And to our listeners, we encourage you to engage with it actively.
Yes, don't hesitate to make it your own.
Absolutely.
And if you're comfortable, share your experiences with us.
We'd love to hear from you.
Well, that's all the time we have today.
Thanks so much for joining us on this journey.
Until next time, take care of yourselves and remember, you are worthy just as you are.
Bye, everyone.
Well, that's a wrap for this episode of From the Book Nook.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends.
If you're interested, our channel description contains links to the beverages we are drinking and some Book Lovers merchandise.
We love having you here. Bye for now.
See you next time.